about to give them what they want. I don't think they're ready for this though. Beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode. What's good, homies at home, Mets? You already know it's your boy Beast Mode Jones. Now check it out. You know I'm rocking that Pump Chasers. PumpChasers.com. You already know. Appreciate all the supporters out there, man. So, been getting questions about full body lately. Rightfully so, because recently I posted some full body, and I actually did it for a little over 6 weeks, about 7 weeks, I believe, yeah. And I did fasting as well. I gave intermittent fasting a try. I've been doing a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally do. You know, after my awakening, and it made me realize I put myself in a box with my own actions and my own beliefs. So I want to try a lot of that hippie shit that I always vowed I would never try. Let me tell you, man, I'm blown away with some of the things I've discovered. So as you see, I went back to split training. You know, the reason why I gave full body a try, by the way, is because long story short, you know, being a father now, I realized I've been a little too hard on some people. You know, back in the day, I would say things like no excuses, never miss a workout, you know, you make the time, yada, yada, yada. But there are some times where skipping the gym might be a good idea, depending on what you got going on. You know, sometimes your child gets sick and you want to stay in with it a whole day. You know, it is what it is. A lot of things out of your control happens sometimes, and sometimes the gym is not top priority. So doing the full body stuff, it was more so of an experiment. You know, I wanted to see, could I really maintain my size only training 3 days when I usually train 5 or 6, you know? And long story short is yes. You know, the workouts were long, I'm not gonna lie. It would take about 3 hours to hit my whole body. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not training just to be some fit guy. You know, I want to look like a natural bodybuilder. I want every muscle developed. I want every muscle cut when I'm lean enough. You know, I want everything proportionate. You know, and that takes, you know, you can't just go to the gym and do a set of presses for your shoulders and go home. You got to hit all the heads individually. That's if you want the bodybuilder type of development. So yeah, it took me, man, 3 hours to do that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Some days I would get burned out. But facts. You can definitely maintain a great physique training full body, all right? But let me tell you something. I actually made a video about my thoughts on full body. I erased that video, and this is why I'm doing it now. There's some things I said in that video that I had to take back, because you know how it is. You know, new data hits you, and your perspective changes a bit. Your opinion changes a bit. You know, I said something along the lines of, you know, wasting too much time in the gym. And I now realize, you know, my opinion changed on that stance a little bit, because I didn't realize how much training had an effect on my mental health. You know, I would notice on my rest days, the days I don't train, even though I'm more productive, my mind just wasn't as good. My mood on those days was just a little off. I realized training makes me happy. You know, I realized flexing in that mirror makes me feel good. You know, getting a good pump with some loud music, really exerting a lot of internal energy within you, externally, you know, because everything starts from within. So you got all this energy within you, and you gotta push it. You know, sometimes you go to the gym, and you just wanna, you know, make love to the muscles. You know, and then you have those days where nothing less than 4 wheels on the squat will do that day. You gotta feel, sometimes you just gotta feel something heavy. You know, we have, everything starts from within. So I realized there's really no such thing as wasting too much time in the gym. You know, if your bills are paid and stuff like that, and you got everything going on properly outside of the gym, you know, take all the time in the gym you want. Yeah, that's what the gym is for. It's like therapy. So, you know, I had to take that stance back. I realized, man, training is really good for my mental health, which is probably why I bought the gym in the first place, which is probably why I became a trainer in the first place. Now, it's starting to make sense why I chose this path, because I created a life for myself where I can train as much as I want, you know, because I love the gym that fucking much. You know, it makes sense now once you break down your emotions, you know, once you know, understand your inner self a little more. So yeah, man, for the full body shit, man, it's cool. It was cool to see I can maintain a good physique training 3 days a week, you know. So if I ever get busy in the future, you know, I gotta, you know, spend more time with my child or whatever, I gotta travel more, whatever the situation may be, I know as long as I dedicate myself to 3 days a week, I can still keep a good body. So in the future, guys, be looking out for a full body program on my site. But keep in mind, I don't suggest this way of training because it's very long. Unless you get real busy and you can only train 3 days a week, then yes, this program is good to use to hold you over. But I still like split training. Alright, so that's my stance on the full body shit. You feel me? I like split training. Not only does split training allow me to train my body parts a lot harder, like it's hard to go in the gym and really push your upper body after you just hit legs. Even if you didn't go all the way in on legs, it still take a little bit of my energy. You know what I mean? My mental focus, after about an hour and a half of training, mental focus drops a little bit. So one thing about split training, I'm gonna be able to bring up my shoulders. I'm gonna be able to bring up my the sweep of my legs a little bit, because I'm when I go to the gym and hit those body parts, I'm gonna be able to go all in on them things. Now you can make progress on full body training, but let's say you want to bring up your biceps. You might want to train everything light, and then when you get to the biceps, go hard. You know, you can do stuff like that. You know, like I said, if there's a will, there's a way. You can make any split work. Hell, even bro splits work, which is why I got a bro split on my website for you guys. You know, any split can work. It's all about making progression. As long as you're making progression, you're gonna make progress. You're gonna make gains, especially if you're eating enough to see the growth. It doesn't really matter the split you use. It makes sure you're getting volume and you're making, most of all, progress. So that's my stance on the full body again. You know, split training versus full body. You know, I like split training. That's the way I prefer to train and how I'm training now. Like I said, guys, I've been dipping and dabbing in the hippie shit, man, and our body works a lot like an electrical system. It actually is an electrical system. We have a central nervous system where all the energy runs through. You know, as you see on my gym walls, I got the chakras. You know, the chakras is literally the how our energy system works, guys, and it all starts from the mind. Like I said, man, training really helps for my mental health. I was looking at some Serge Nubret quotes, right? And he was really talking about the mind and the spirit. That's crazy. Back in the 70s, he was already on this. You know, and notice I did that video talking about fasting. Serge Nubret was already pretty much doing intermittent fasting before it was even a thing. So it just goes to show you how he was really ahead of his time. You know, nothing is new under the sun, as they say. You know, it just comes down to shedding light on it. You know, nothing is really new under the sun. You know, people just shed light on it. You know, so I thought that was kind of cool, man. So he was already preaching mind and spirit. I'm just now kind of getting into that shit. So it kind of makes me feel kind of good. Shows me I'm on the right path, because Serge Nubret had an incredible physique. So anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. That's my stance on the full body versus split training right now, man. You know, I think full body is cool. But if you want to train to my standards of full body, you know, meaning you hit every muscle group and make sweet love to the muscle groups, you're going to be in there a while training. You feel me? And split training allows you to go a lot harder on each body part. And most of all, it allows you to get that pump more often, because that pump is very good for you mentally. It's very good for you spiritually. You know, if you really, that's why I call my clothing line Pump Chasers. You know, I live for the pump. Notice when you're having sex, your scrotum is pumped. You feel me? You gotta be pumped mentally, all the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom. Our body works just like an electrical system. Catch you guys later. Don't forget, guys, tigerfitness.com for your supplement needs. Got that Cuts FTS fat burner in stock, and you know it sells fast. It has that 7 keto inside. You will not be disappointed. As long as you're putting in the work, this will definitely help you out, guys. Bam!
balance before we fuck up these weights.